Okay. So first understand that why do we use the Power BI? What is the purpose of the Power BI? Why company look for the Power BI developer? Okay. So Power BI is the product of Microsoft. Okay. And it is a data visualization tool which helps to create the dashboards. Okay. So Power BI is basically the product of the Microsoft, which basically helps you to create the dashboard. Okay. In the Power BI, there are multiple products, but I'm just gonna discuss about the two products majorly. Okay. Basically, majorly we have a two product in Power BI. One is the Power BI desktop, and second is Power BI services. Okay, this one. Now, so if I talk about this Power BI desktop first, so it is a desktop application where you can import the data from multiple data sources like Excel, CSV, text file, SQL Server, Amazon Redshift, Snowflake, etc. Okay, and create the visualization, or you can say the dashboard. Okay, so in Power BI desktop, what you can do is in Power BI desktop, what you can do is you can import the data from the multiple data sources. For example, someone has given you the data into the Excel file, and using that Excel data, you have to create the visualization. So in Power BI, if you want to create the visualization using any of the data sets, so always your first step will be to import the data. Okay. So in Power BI desktop, you can import the data which you want to use for creating the visualizations, and then after you can create the visuals as per your requirement. Now, as per the requirement, suppose you have created the visualization in the Power BI desktop, and now you have to share that dashboard with the multiple users. Okay, so then the Power BI services will come into the picture. So it is a cloud-based application where you can publish, or you can say the deploy the dashboard which you created on Power BI desktop. Okay, so if you have created any visualization into your Power BI desktop, and that visuals you want to share with the multiple users in your organization, then that Power BI desktop visualization you will publish to the Power BI services. From there, you can share the dashboard or the visualizations with the end users. Okay. Now, one more important thing here, I have written the two things. If you see, I said Power BI desktop, it is a desktop application. And for this Power BI services, I said it's a cloud-based application. Can anyone have any idea with this keyword? What is a desktop application? What is the mean by the desktop application? And what is the mean by the cloud-based application?
सर डेस्कटॉप एप्लीकेशन बेसिकली सर मीन मतलब कि इसके लिए हम लोग को क्या कहते हैं, मतलब नेट की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी मतलब ऑनलाइन के लिए, है ना। और जो क्लाउड बेस्ड है, मान लीजिए अगर इनकेस अगर हम लोग के पास क्या कहते हैं नेट फैसिलिटी नहीं भी होती है, तो अगर हम लोग के पास कोई भी डैशबोर्ड वगैरह अगर हम लोग ने पहले से बना के रखा है, तो अगर हम लोग को उसको ऑफलाइन बेसिस पे यूज़ करना है, तो उसकी मदद से हम लोग क्लाउड बेस्ड एप्लीकेशन की मदद से यूज़ कर सकते हैं ऑफलाइन बेसिस पे।
Okay, anyone else? This is incorrect, what you told. Okay, no issues, but good attempt. So, look, the mean of this desktop application is for this desktop application means for which you have to install the software into your machine. Okay, so for this Power BI desktop, you will have the software which you have to install into your laptop or into your desktop. Okay, but Power BI services means for this we do not need to install any kind of a software. Power BI services has a URL which you can open into the browser and you can log in through your login credentials. So cloud-based application means for this I do not need to install any kind of a software into my machine. There is a URL which you can open into any of the browser in Chrome or Edge. In any of the browser you can open that and you can enter your login credentials and you can use that. But the desktop applications means for this you have to install the software into your machine. For this we do not have any URL. URL is only for the Power BI services. Understood the difference? Okay. You guys have received the file now?
यस सर।
Okay, great. So just keep that file with you. Okay. Now, the Power BI desktop, if I talk about, so this Power BI desktop is completely the open source. Okay, I'm writing here. Power BI desktop is open source, which you can download and install. Okay, but if I talk about this Power BI services, Power BI services is free for 60 days trial version. Okay, this one. So Power BI services is basically the free only for this 60 days trial version. So as of now, you do not need to use this Power BI services. Please make sure about it. Okay, but I will let you know when you have to go for this Power BI services. Okay, because the day you log in into your Power BI services, your 60 days trial period will start immediately. Okay, so do not go for this Power BI services as of now. When we will come on that topic in the Power BI services, then just go for this Power BI services login activity. So your 60 days trial will start from that day only. So you will have the sufficient time. Okay, because as of now, if you will start from the today and you do not have any idea about the Power BI services, then those 5 or the 6 days will vanish and there is no use of that. Now, for this Power BI desktop, your system should be the 64-bit. Okay, 32-bit is also there, 64-bit is also there, but upgraded feature we have into the 64-bit. So I would say go for the 64-bit. So for this Power BI desktop, your system should be the 64-bit. Okay, anyone who has not installed the Power BI as of now, or everyone has installed the Power BI in their system? Just let me know only j- who has not installed the Power BI into their system as of now.
यस सर, मेरे पास नहीं है।
Okay,
Sir, also don't have.
okay, great. So now I'm just gonna tell you that how you can configure or how you can install this one. So simply just open the Google. Let me open that. And now you can search for download Power BI desktop simply. Okay. Now here you will get this first thing, download Microsoft Power BI desktop. Simply click on that.
ये मैक के लिए भी अवेलेबल है?
Nahi, for the Mac this is not. For the Mac you can connect with the team, they will help you out. Okay. This is only for the Windows I'm just talking about. Okay. Now you will see this wizard. Okay, you will see this wizard, and now if you scroll it little bit down, so you can see this download option. Okay, once you click on this download, you will have these two versions. So the first version is related to the 32-bit, and second is related to the 64-bit. Okay, so for the 64-bit, just like this second software, which is Power BI desktop setup 64.exe, and then you have to click on this download. Once you click on this download, it will download this Power BI desktop setup file, and you have to simply click on that software and then open that, then next, normal software installation. That's it. Okay. So who has not installed that software, please go with that. And if you want to share the screen, please do let me know if you have any issues. So first of all, please download this software. Once this is downloaded, then any one of you can share your screen. For whom the software is not installed, please download this software and do let me know once this is downloaded. So I will guide you how you can install this software, so other can also see. Okay, please download this software and do let me know. Okay, now yeah, yeah.
ये सर मैं कह रहा था कि जैसे कि आपका विजुअलाइजेशन के लिए मतलब कि जैसे आप मतलब एक टैबलू होता है और एक पावर बीआई का, ठीक है सर। और इसके अलावा सर माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का सर एक और प्रोडक्ट है, ये क्या कहते हैं, विजियो करके है। तो सर जैसे अगर मैं पावर बीआई और ये माइक्रोसॉफ्ट विजियो में अगर।
Visio is completely different. Okay,
हाँ हाँ।
Visio basically we use for creating a flow or the diagram.
अच्छा अच्छा, ओके।
Okay, Visio is not related. Visio you cannot do the comparison with the Power BI desktop or the Tableau. Okay.
ओके।
Great.
तो सर बेसिकली मतलब माइक्रोसॉफ्ट विजियो की मतलब क्या नीड क्या होती है फिर उसकी।
Microsoft Visio basically we use for creating a flow for the solution architecture.
ओके, नहीं मतलब मैं बेसिकली ये पूछना चाह रहा था, जैसे मैं मतलब जैसे राइट नाउ हम लोग डेटा एनालिस्ट बिजनेस एनालिस्ट के लिए, ठीक है। तो इस पे जैसे पावर भी आई है, तो मान लीजिए जैसे अगर हम लोग इनके जब इस पे ऑन रोल या कहीं पे होते हैं कंपनी में, ठीक है। तो वहाँ पे हम लोग की रिक्वायरमेंट तो नहीं होगी वहाँ पे।
Visio में simply you just create a flow. Okay, how your process is running.
हम्म।
Okay, so if you want to create that kind of a flow,
हम्म।
so for that purpose you can use the Visio, but in Visio you cannot create the visualizations.
ओके ओके ओके।
Hmm. So now I'm just gonna tell you one of the most important thing. Okay, so please focus on the screen because this is the fundamental of this Power BI desktop and Power BI services. Okay, so please focus on the screen, and if you want to write something at your end, please write into your own words if you want to write something. Okay, now here suppose I have given you a one file. The file name is the sales data.xlsx. Okay, or suppose that Power BI data.xlsx. Okay, suppose I have given you this file and I said using this file you have to create the visualizations. So now I have the Power BI desktop. Okay, suppose this is the Power BI desktop. Power BI desktop. So for creating the visualization, always your first step will be to import the data. So if I want to use this Power BI data.xlsx to create the visualization, so my first step will be to import this Excel data to the Power BI deck. Okay, so this will be my first step. So I have imported, suppose, this Power BI data.xlsx file data to the Power BI desktop. And now, as per the requirement, you have created the visualizations, that is nothing but the graphical representations. Okay, suppose you have created these visualizations here. And now you want to save this file, this Power BI desktop file, you want to save it, and you have saved with the name as summary dashboard, and the extension of the file will be .pbix. Like the Excel file extension is the .xlsx or .xls. So Power BI file, we have the extension with the name as .pbix. Okay. So now you have imported the data to the Power BI desktop. You have created the dashboard as per the business requirement, and you have saved this file with the name as a summary dashboard.pbix. When you have imported this data, then suppose you have logged in with the name as, suppose here, abc@test.com. Okay, now suppose you are working into the organization and your email ID is this one, abc@test.com, through which you have logged in into your Power BI desktop. You have created the visualizations and you have saved this file. Now if you want to share this dashboard with the multiple users, okay, now suppose there are 50 users who want to see this dashboard. So what you will do here, this Power BI services will come into the picture. Okay, in this case, that Power BI services will come into the picture. And as I said, that this is basically the cloud-based application. So in this Power BI services, when you will open this URL, so you will also log in through abc@test.com. And this dashboard, summary dashboard.pbix, you will publish or deploy to the Power BI services. So when you publish any of the dashboard to the Power BI services, then the two things get published. Always remember, one is the report and second is the data set. The two things get published. Okay, report is nothing but dashboard name, your Power BI file name, which is summary dashboard.pbix, and data set means the data which you have used to create this visualization. So when you will publish this one, so your summary dashboard.pbix, which is nothing but your report, it will get published, and then this you can share with the end users. And always remember, one of the most important point, you can share the dashboard within the organization. What does it mean? The mean of this one, the within the organization means, for example, if you see that you have logged in with the domain @test.com. Okay, you are working in a company and there people has the email ID with this @test.com. Okay, abc@test.com, xyz. Okay, I'm just taking example. Suppose xyz@test.com. Okay, pqr@test.com. Okay, dsr@test.com. Okay, and now suppose here is your client ID. Okay, suppose your client ID is tara@test1.com. So when you have logged in, on which domain? @test.com. So if I have given you all these IDs with whom you have to share this dashboard, so you can share the dashboard only with those users who has the email ID on the same domain. So what domain you have used? Your ID is existing @test.com. So it means you can share the dashboard only with those users who has the email ID on this same domain. So it means
तो
in
सर
this case,
सर बेसिकली मतलब ये जो आपने मतलब ये लिखा है abc@test.com, तो मतलब ये जो आपने मतलब ये लिखा है abc@test.com, तो ये मतलब जो ये मेल आईडी मतलब ये है, ये मतलब बेसिकली जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है उसी के विद इन में जा रही है, तो वही मतलब ये स्पेसिफाई कर रहा है इसको।
हाँ जी.
अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है सर।
So in this case, you cannot share the dashboard with this test1.com because this has a different one. Okay. So you cannot share. So you cannot share this dashboard outside of organization. Okay. And for this, to log in into your Power BI desktop, you cannot use any public domain email ID. Public domain email ID means you cannot your Gmail ID, you cannot use your Yahoo ID, Hotmail ID. These ID will not work. Okay. There should be a proper email ID which exists on a domain. Okay. So if you do not have that ID, you can create the visualization, there is no issues. But when you will come for the publish or when you will come for the external visuals, for in that case that email ID will be required. Okay, so understand this point. So this is basically the concept of this Power BI desktop and Power BI services. Okay. So anyone has downloaded the software and want to share the screen for the installation? Okay, if not, then great, no issues. Now, when you will open this Power BI desktop, so you will get this kind of a wizard. Okay, this one. So once you will open this, you will see this kind of a wizard. And now in the left hand side, you will be able to see these sections: report view, table view, model view, and this DAX query view. Okay, so these four views you will be able to see this one. So in the report view, you will see the dashboard which you have created into this canvas area. This mid section is known as a canvas area. In this table view, if you click on that, if you have imported any data set, so you will be able to see that in that data, what kind of a data is existing. This model view basically helps you where you are creating the relation between two or more than two data sets. Okay. In the right hand side, you can see these visuals. So visuals are nothing but the graph. And here you can see this data. So in this data, if you have imported any data, you will be able to see all the headers over here. But as of now, I have not imported any data. So it says you have not loaded any data as of now. So I want to import the data. So if you want to import the data, so you can see the some common connectors like the Excel, SQL, and so on. But if you click on this get data, you will see the CDS. CDS are nothing, but that is basically the common data sources. So in this common data sources, so here these are these CDS, and if you click on this more, so you will see this get data wizard will be appear, where you will see all the connectors. So look here, these are the connectors which are provided by the Power BI. Okay, so for example, if your data is existing on the SQL server. Okay, so what you can do, you can search, you can see the SQL server database you can use. If your data is existing on the Snowflake, so you can use the Snowflake and you can connect from that. So all the connectors has been given to you, which you can use that to import the data. So now I want to import the data from the Excel. Okay. So the file which you have already shared, okay, which you guys have received the file now. So you can use that file. So to import the data, what do you have to do? My data is existing on the Excel file. So I will simply click on this Excel workbook connector. So if I click on that Excel workbook, then it will instantly ask me where is your file. So I'm just selecting my file, this Power BI data.xlsx, and simply click on the open. So once you click on the open, now it is creating a connection between your Power BI desktop and that Excel file. So now here it will show you the navigator. Look, in this look, in this navigator, it is telling you that your file name is Power BI data.xlsx, and here in this file you have a three sheets: orders, people, and returns. So these three tabs we have into this file, and in this square bracket, this number represent the number of sheets which you have into that data set, okay, or in that file. If you select this order file, I have not checked this box. Remember, only I have clicked on this orders. So if you'll select this order tab here, so it will show in the right hand side, it will show the preview to you that what kind of a data do we have in that tab. Okay. If I select this people, so it will tell me that what kind of a data I have in that file. In the returns, what kind of a data I have in that file. Okay, so in this way you can see the data. Now I want to import the data orders data, so I can select this orders data and simply click on this load button. Okay, once you click on this load button, so now it is loading your orders tab data to the Power BI desktop. And once it is loaded successfully, then in the right hand side, you will be able to see the headers. So let it load.
Sorry to interrupt, Anup. Can you show it, please? Show it again. My net was lagging. So
Simply you have to click on this Excel workbook connector. Then you have to select that file which team has shared with you. And then in that you have to check that orders tab and simply click on load button.
okay, we'll try.
Once you will import successfully, then in the right hand side, you will see this orders tab over here. Okay. If you expand this, you will be able to see all the headers here. Okay. Whatever the headers you have in that file, in that tab, you will see all the headers name here. So if you observe here, before the few headers, you can see the sum icon. But before the sum headers, you cannot see any kind of icon. So if you are not able to see any kind of a icon like before this category, city or the country, customer name, you are not able to see any kind of icon, right? Market and so on. So if you are not able to see any kind of a icon, then it means that column has a text data type. If you are able to see this summation sign or this sigma sign, like into the discount, profit, quantity, sales, and so on. If you are able to see this summation sign or this sigma sign, it represents that this column has a numeric data type. If you are able to see the calendar icon, like for this order date, you can see this calendar kind of a icon. So it represents that this column has a date data type. Okay. So this represents the data types. If you go into this table view, okay, and now I have selected this orders tab here. So here in this mid section, it will load the data where you can see that what kind of a data you have into this orders tab. You can see. And in the bottom, you can see it is telling you that in this file, the total number of rows, the data you have 51,290 line items. Okay. So this is the way how you can import the data. So everyone, please import the data and do let me know if that is imported successfully and you are also able to see this orders tab in the right hand side. Anyone who is pending with the installation?
Anoop, I'll share my screen. Please show it to me. I'm not able
You
to open
you
the
have
data.
you have downloaded?
Yeah.
Okay. Table visualization where I want to show the users that in which category what sales has been done. So look, that is very simple. Simply I clicked on this category box and simply I clicked on this sales box. That's it. Okay. These two boxes I have clicked, category and sales. Automatically, here you can see it is creating the visualizations and look, it has created the table visualization for you where you can see that in which category, what is the total sales. You can see in furniture, it says this is the total sales. In office supplies, this is the total sales. In technology, this is the total sales. To create this, I have not done anything. Simply, I checked this category box and checked this sales box, and automatically it has created the table visualization for you. Now, in this table, I want to perform the formatting. That I want to increase the font size of the values. I want to increase the font size of the header. So for any of the visualization, this is not only for the table visualization, for any of the visualization, if you want to perform the formatting, then first of all, you have to select that visualization. So now I want to perform the formatting into this table visualization. So I will select this table visualization first. And once my table visualization gets selected, then here you can see this format your visuals. Okay. If I click on that, so related to this table visualization, I can see all the formatting options into the respective sections. Like I said, if you want to increase the header or if you want to perform any column header related formatting, then you can see this column header section. Okay, like I want to increase the font of this column header, like this category and sum of sales, these headers. So go into this column headers and you can see this font. Okay, so if I increase this font from suppose 10 to 18, so look, the header font has been increased now. If you want to change the font name, so click on this and here you can select whatever the font name you want to select. Like I selected this UI bold for example. So it will apply that font into my visualization, which is basically the UI board you can see now. If you want to fill the background color and the text color into your header, so you can see the text color and background color. So for example, suppose I clicked on this background color and I selected this blue color. So in the background, it filled the blue color, and now text color, suppose I selected as a white. So you can see the white as a text color. Okay. So related to any kind of a header formatting in table visualizations, you can see this column header. Now, related to these values, these are known as the values which furniture, office supplies, technology, and these are known as a values. So if you want to increase the font of the values, then here you can see these values. Expand this, and same you can see the formatting options. So now if I just want to increase the formatting to the 15, so now you can see the formatting 15 has been applied as a font here, right? This one. Now, if I say this total, only for the total, I want to mention this grand total here in place of this total, which is coming as a default, but in place of the total, I want to write as a grand total. Then what you can do, you can see this total. Expand this. Once you click this, it will expand, and here you can see this total. So here you can rename this whatever the name you want to show. Like default it is coming as a total, but suppose if I want to write as a grand total, I can write this as a grand total, and here you can see automatically it is updated. If you do not want to show this grand total line, if you do not want to show, you can see this toggle button which is on. If you click on this, turn off, that total will get removed. If you turn this on, it will come. Okay. And only for the grand total, if you want to perform the formatting. So here you can see in the grand total, suppose I say the grand total color should be in the orange color or amber color. So as I click this text color as the amber color, so you can see this kind of a formatting over here. So in the table visualizations, we have seen the three formatting. One is related to the column headers. Second is related to the values. Third is related to the totals. Okay, this one. So everyone please create till here and perform these three formatting. Then I will move further. These are very simple. Just perform this. To add the header first. Like here, in this visualization, I want to header into this visualization on the top, like category wise sales. Suppose I want to write as a category wise sales. So, अब जो मैं आपको बताने जा रहा हूं, this is common for any of the visualization. In any of the visualization, if you have to add the title, then you have to select that visualization. You have to go into format your visuals, and then you have to go into the general. If you want to write at your end, please write it. This is common for each and every visualization. Then go into general and you can see this title. This title is default is a turn off. You have to turn on this toggle button, expand this, and then here you can give the title whatever the title you want to give it. So like I just want to give this category wise sales. So I written as category wise sales. So now if you will see on the top, it is written as a category wise sales. Now I want to increase the header font and everything. So if I scroll it down, you can see the font and header. So suppose header I have given as a 22. The header font I have taken as a Arial black. Okay, this one. Then I want to change the background color to this, the text color to the white. Look. So now you can see the header on the top, which is the category wise sales. So for the header, I have selected my visualization, then format your visuals, then in general category, you can see the title. So turn on this toggle button if that is a turn off, then expand this and you can give the text and you can perform the formatting. Okay. Second, I just want to give the rounded corners. So rounded corners are nothing, but that is a border. Like you say, the chart border or the graph, the border in the graph, right? So that is nothing, but that is basically the rounded corners here I'm just talking about. So if I just want to give any rounded corners here, okay, if I just want to give any rounded corners into my graph, so what I have to do? I have to select that visualization in which you want to apply the rounded corners. Then go into format your visuals, then go into general, and here you can see the effect. If you expand this effect and scroll it little bit down, you will see this option as a visual border, which is a turn off. You can turn this on, this visual borders. Simply click on toggle button, then expand this and you can see this rounded corners. So suppose if I have given this rounded corners as a 11 pixel, okay. So now here you can see in my visualizations, this rounded corners has been added now. So now if you see carefully, so in the visualizations, can you see the rounded corners here, which is the
Yes.
border, right? This one. So for the border, which is rounded corners, and for the chart title, this is common for each and every graph. If you want to apply the rounded corners or if you want to apply the chart title, you have to select that visualization, format your visuals, go into general category. For the title, you have to go into the title. For the border, you have to go into the title. For the border, you have to go into the effect. Okay. This is the common for any of the visualization, whether that is table visualization, column chart, pie chart, stack chart, any kind of a visualization. If you create for these two activities, you have to go into the general and you will find that title and effect. Hope this is clear to everyone.
अनूप, ये विजुअल एंड जनरल के पहले आपने क्या सिलेक्ट किया था? ये ऑप्शन आता है।
Which option?
ये विजुअल एंड जनरल जहाँ से ओपन होता है ना, उसके पहले क्या
आपको अपना विजुअलाइजेशन ये सेलेक्ट करना है. द विजुअलाइजेशन विच यू हैव क्रिएटेड, यू हैव टू सेलेक्ट दैट विजुअलाइजेशन, देन यू हैव टू गो इनटू फॉर्मेट योर विजुअल्स. Okay. And I am requesting, if you have not taken the pen and paper, please take the pen and paper and write the steps. Okay.
अनूप, वो पिक्सल्स हम जितना ज्यादा इंक्रीज करेंगे वो उतना ज्यादा राउंड होते जाएगा क्या?
उतना ज्यादा राउंड होता जाएगा. करेक्ट.
ओके.
करेक्ट. Same thing, I'm just taking the category I checked, sales I checked. Okay. And now I'm just creating this column chart. Please make sure this column chart, clustered column chart, I just clicked. Okay. So when I clicked on this,
अच्छा अनुप वन थिंग, जैसे कि हमने ऑलरेडी एक डेटा का बना दिया, ठीक है, उसके बाद हम जब दोबारा क्लिक करेंगे डेटा पे तो हमेशा एक दूसरा विजुअल ही बनाएगा. अगर हम ओरिजिनल वाले में चाहेंगे कि कुछ ऐड कर सके तो क्या वो हो सकता है?
हो सकता है, आप उसको सेलेक्ट करके कर लो.
अच्छा, और वो सेलेक्टेड नहीं होगा तो वो फिर नया बन जाएगा.
नया बनाएगा. राइट.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
ओके. सो I have just created this column chart here. Okay. Now, I just want to perform the formatting in this column chart. So, as you know, in the column chart, you have a x-axis, you have a y-axis, and so on. So here, what my requirement is, you can see in the x-axis, this title is coming, category, and in y-axis, the title is coming as a sum of sales. So I do not want to show these title, category and sum of sales. These two title I do not want to show. So what I will do, I selected my this visualization column chart. Go into format your visuals. Can you see the different visuals options? Earlier you were getting the different one, now you are getting the different one. Can you see? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is completely related to the visuals. What the visual you will select, related to that you will get the option. Now go into this x-axis. I have clicked on this expand x-axis, and now I can see this title. So once I turn off this title, so now you can see from the bottom that category title has been removed. Okay. And now if I want to increase the some font of this x-axis values, this technology, furniture, office supplies, if I want to increase the font size, I can change the font name from here, and I can increase the some font size from here. Okay, like this. So this x-axis related formatting I did. Now similarly, I want to go for the y-axis. In the y-axis, if I expand, you can see the title. Once you turn off this title, that sum of sales has been removed from your y-axis. Okay, and you expand this value, and here similarly the y-axis value, if you want to change into the font, you can see you can increase that. So the x-axis title and y-axis title I have turned off, and then in the x-axis values I change the font, and y-axis values I have changed the font. Now the title which is coming over here, it is coming as a sum of sales by category. But I want to make this title as a sales by category and want to perform some kind of a formatting. So for any kind of a formatting into the title, where you go?
General.
Correct. General, then title. You can see the title, you can rename this. So suppose I want to show only the sales by category. You can see which is coming now. I want to change the font name to the Arial Black. I want to increase the font size to the 20, and I want to make this to the center align. So here you can see the alignment. I clicked on this center. This is center align now. Okay. Right align, left align, center align. So I did center align, and then in the background, I want to fill this blue color, and text color, I want to keep it as a white. Okay. And now if I just want to give the border in this graph, then what I will do?
We have to go in the
Effects.
Correct?
Effect.
Yes. Effect, then visual border here, and you can give this rounded corners. Okay, this one. So now the rounded corners has been added, formatting has been performed, everything. Okay, which is absolutely fine. Now, in this graph, if seeing this graph, if anyone will get perform this analysis, that if I ask you that, can you please tell me that what sales has been done into in any of this category, will you be able to tell me the sales? If I ask you what sales has been done into the technology, seeing this graph, will you be able to tell me the exact figure of this any of this category?
No, sir.
No.
No. So in the normal graph, like you also have gone through the Excel, right? We have seen yesterday as well. So what we add into the graph?
Levels.
Very good, labels. So
Correct.
just select that graph, go into format your visuals, and you can see this option which is a data labels. Okay, you have to turn that on. Once you turn on, can you see the labels has been reflected on the graph?
Yes, sir.
4.7 million, right? And now I want to increase the font related to the formatting for this data labels. So expand this data labels, scroll it little bit down, go into these values, and you can perform this formatting. Like I want to change this to the 12, and I want to make this to the board. So now you can see it is showing the sales figure also. Okay. Now your graph is giving the clear picture that in which category what total sales has been done. So in technology, 4.7 million, furniture, 4.1 million, and office supplies, 3.8 million. Okay, so to add these figures, you have used the data labels. Okay, just create this graph at your end and perform this everything.
अनुप सर
Formatting. Now,
अनुप सर, एक चीज पूछना चाह रहा था ये कि जैसे जहाँ पे सर हम लोग ये मतलब जो ग्राफ को प्लॉट करते हैं, ठीक है, तो जैसे मान लो हम लोग ने अभी 3 ग्राफ बनाया, ठीक है, तो उस पर जैसे जहाँ पे कर रहे हैं, जैसे
why do we use the pie chart?
To show the values in percentage form.
To show the values in percentage form. Okay, great. Anyone else?
To show the portion of complete in a percentage.
Mm, not completely, I would say, but yes, the good attempt. Yeah. Anyone else? What
To
is the
get more
purpose?
accuracy.
To get them? No, no.
Or
When
sir,
you
minimum
To show
number
the
of data.
distribution of all
You can use this.
categories.
chart helps you to understand the contribution, correct? So if I just go here, this category wise sales I have created, and now if I ask you, can you please tell me that in which category what percentage of the sales amount has been done, and which category has the highest contribution in my sales figure? Okay, so if I create this pie chart, I simply clicked on this pie. So now once you click on this pie chart, so it has created the pie chart for you. Now you can see the pie chart, correct? Look, this is the pie chart. In this pie chart, in the right hand side, you can see this category: technology, furniture, office supplies. So these are nothing but known as a legends. So if you do not want to show these legends, you can select your graph or this pie chart visualization, go into format your visuals, and then you will see this legend option. So turn off these legends. So once I will turn off, that will remove. Now, second, I want to perform the title formatting. Like here on the title, you can see it is showing as a sum of sales by category. I want to type, or I want to show sales contribution by category. So for the title, where you will go?
General.
And title, right? So I can simply write sales contribution by category. Okay. You want to perform the formatting on the title. Okay. Go for this, whatever the header font you want. Give the font size. Suppose I give the font size as 18. I want to keep this to the center. Background color, I want to give some background color to, this is the font color I'm just keeping, and the background color is suppose blue color. Now I want to give the borders also. So go into effect and now visual border, and I just want to give the border here. Okay. So now this is done till now. But here in this pie chart, if you see these numbers 4.74 million, and in bracket it is showing the percentage. Okay. I want to, but as of now, if you see this graph, you will not be able to understand that this 4.74 million belongs from which category. This dark blue belongs from which category, orange belongs from which category, you will not be able to understand, right? So I just want to show the percentage and the name of the category. So I will select this pie chart, format your visuals, and you have to go into detail labels. Expand these detail labels and you will see this label contents. Go into this label contents, and as of now this is into the data value and percentage of total. You can select this category and percentage of total. Once I select this, you can see it is showing me this name of the category and percentage. You want to increase some font size in that, so you can see this values option. If you expand these values, I have clicked on this, and now you can see the font options here, and now I can increase the font. Suppose I did to the 15. Okay, so you can see if I make this to the bold, now you can see. So now it is showing me that in which category what sales percentage has been achieved. So seeing this graph, you can easily recognize that your more sales is generating by the technology category, which is 37.53% of your overall sales. Office supplies has a 29.96 and furniture has a 32.52.
सर ये लेबल कंटेंट वाला एक बार बॉक्स आप एक बार फिर से एक्सप्लेन कर देना.
In the label contents, earlier it was a data value and percentage of total.
Yes,
Data value is basically your exact figure, like this one.
correct.
Okay. But I want to show that in which category what percentage has been completed. I will show this category and percentage of total, like this.
Okay, ठीक है.
Okay. This one. So now, seeing this graph, you can easily recognize that what percentage sales contribution has done by the each of the category. Okay. So just create this, everyone, this pie chart.
And sir, how do we change the color of the, if you want to have some other combination?
Okay, so basically the slices color you're talking about, right?
Yes, yes.
So for that, you can select the graph, go into this format visuals. You can see the slices. If you go to slices, you can see from here. Like for this technology, suppose there is a blue color, click on
Yes,
this
sir.
technology and you can change the color, whatever the color you want. Like if you want this color, I just clicked on that. So that color will show for the technology. So it will implement now. Look,
Yes,
it got
sir.
changed. This one. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
अनुप टेल मी वन थिंग, जैसे इस पेज पे हमारे 3 फिगर्स है, ठीक है, और मुझे किसी रीजन से मुझे एक को डिलीट करना है, तो जैसे उसमें फिर डिलीट के लिए क्या ऑप्शन अलग से आता है कि हम एक
नहीं
नया
नहीं, अगर आपको क्या डिलीट करना है, ग्राफ डिलीट करना है,
हाँ कोई भी एक ग्राफ डिलीट करना है या
कोई भी
हाँ
ग्राफ अगर करना है, आप सिंपली उस ग्राफ को करिए सेलेक्ट, जैसे आपने सेलेक्ट किया. नाउ दिस इज सेलेक्टेड. सिंपली यू कैन प्रेस द डिलीट बटन.
ओके, ठीक
Okay,
है.
or you
Okay.
can click on this down arrow in this ellipsis, the 3 dots, and you can click on this remove.
रिमूव, ठीक है.
Okay,
Got
this
it.
one.
Okay.
No, for example, if I want the percentages inside the slices and the names to be reflecting outside the slices, is it possible?
No, no. The reason
No.
being because when you go for this